from Nancy.
Thank you, Paula. And online with us, we have one of Frank's dear friends, and I'd like to introduce you by way of telephone from Washington, D.C. to Sammy Cahn. Sammy, hi.
Bob, I'm telling you, I'm absolutely pleasure to be talking to you.
Well, thank you, Sammy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling so good I have to be careful.
Oh, my goodness. Your stories with Frank Sinatra are a legend. You became friends when, Sammy?
I became friends with Frank Sinatra in the late 30s, early 40s. And I met him through a gentleman called Axel Stordahl.
Oh, a great orchestra leader.
One of the great orchestra leaders. And Axel introduced me to a gentleman called Tommy Dorsey. And through Dorsey, I met this very thin, beyond all imagining thin singer called Frank Sinatra.
But not thin when it came to talent, right, Sam?
Well, I will only tell you one thing. When Tommy Dorsey appeared at the Paramount Theater, the pit would rise. Tommy Dorsey would be playing a trombone solo which would stop the show. Then came the Pied Pipers who stopped the show. Then came Joe Stafford who stopped the show. Then came Ziggy Ellman who stopped the show. And then came Buddy Rich who exploded the theater. And after all this, out stepped a very thin fellow called Frank Sinatra, sang a song called South of the Border, and wrapped it all up.
And stopped the show, right. Sammy, I know we could chat for hours about your association with Frank. There's one story in here about how he insisted you write the score for Anchors Aweigh that I find very interesting.
I will tell you that story swiftly. Is Nancy listening?
Yes.
Sure am. Hiya, Sam.
I am so beautiful, and I'm so happy to be talking to a girl that I once held in my arms as a baby.
Well, you can hold me right now. Where are you? Get home.
I'm at the. Would you believe I'm in the theater where Lincoln got it? Ford's Theater in Washington.
Don't turn your back, Sam.
I won't. I'm going to watch that left upper box.
Yeah,
right
tell them about Anchors Aweigh. Sam, we're going to run out of time.
Anyway, Sinatra was hired to do a film called Anchors Aweigh. The first multi-million-dollar musical. This musical was actually going to cost $2 million. Would you believe such a sum? And so they asked Mr. Sinatra, Louis B. Mayer said, who would you like to do the score? The Gershwins, Kern, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Cole Porter, who would you like? And he said, Sammy Cahn. And L.B. Mayer said, I don't mind hiring him. Who is he? And Frank Sinatra said, since I'm going to do the singing, let me worry about who he is. And I must tell you, I got a call from a gentleman called Lou Wasserman who said, if Frank is going to insist on you doing this score, we are going to lose this film. You better talk to Sinatra. So I went to Frank and said, look, Frank, yesterday no one knew me. Today everyone hates me. I said, why don't you just pass this time? There'll be other times. And Frank Sinatra, being Frank Sinatra, said, if you're not there Monday, I won't be there Monday. And why I'll always be a Sinatra fan is because if you look at the screen of the film Anchors Aweigh, it says, words and music by Sammy Cahn, Julie Stein.
Sammy, thank you very much. Nice talking with you, and thank you for sharing that with us.
I want to leave one word for you all.
Okay.
On my coffee table in Beverly Hills, I have that book.
Thank you, Sammy. Sammy Cahn, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Sammy.
You know, there was a record company called Reprise Records, and when I was a disc jockey, I can recall very vividly playing songs on Reprise, including Dean Martin, who recorded Everybody Loves Somebody on that. And I also played a song on my bandstand program called These Boots Were Made for Walking. Listen, I think we may have that.
You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confess.
Well, Nancy, this is a tape that you made a few years back, but it's being played nearly every day, or if not many times a day, on MTV and on all other shows like that.
No, you know, it's not even a video. It was made for jukeboxes.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, we didn't know what what videos were in those days, except for tapes of shows, you know.
When you started, your dad started Reprise Records, you wanted to be the one to have the first big hit, didn't you?
I did, but I wasn't.
You were second, though. Dean
Yeah,
Martin
I
beat
was
you out with Everybody Loves Somebody, right? Was this your first major hit in America?
The one just prior to it was a chart record called, that is so disgusting. It was called So Long Babe. The first one, I used to call it So Long Abe.
Now, you just recently did China Beach and reprised this too. Was that a new recording or a new video of that?
Yeah, well, we refilmed that on the set at Point Doom to make, you know, they made it look like Vietnam. It was pretty spooky because I felt like I was right back there. It's a weird feeling.
Well, Nancy was in Vietnam entertaining the troops just as your dad did in World War II, went all over the world, as a matter of fact. Nancy's going to be busy here at STN for the rest of the day because she's going to sign 100 copies of this book. I have a feeling that some of those are already spoken for by you who have called the toll-free number on your screen. But if you haven't called in, remember, if you're one of the first 100 to buy this book, it will be personally autographed by Nancy Sinatra. And I personally recommend this. You have to forgive me because I am a giant Frank Sinatra fan, have been most all my life. And to hear this man sing and now to find the true story behind the man and find out that what you always hoped about him was true. He's very generous, very caring man, and a man who has great ideals.
And he's not a card-carrying member of the mafia.
No, as a matter of fact, the man is probably as fine an American as we've ever had in this country. And when President Reagan honored him with Lifetime Achievement Award in Washington, it was a proud moment for all of us who like him.
Do you know President Reagan read my book before he did that?
Did he really? Nancy Sinatra, we could talk all day, Nancy. Thanks for sharing all of these experiences with us, and I hope that you'll share with Nancy her experiences as Nancy with the laughing face, a love affair between a father and his daughter. Nancy, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Right now, watch this.